Okay, so this guy's name is called Purpose, who I found earlier. So he's played 40 hours. He's Grandmaster, top 500. I cannot see whether he is a one trick or not because they've hidden their stats. But luckily, we've got a couple of games here to look at. I'm hoping that we get to learn a little bit right here. He's actually starting off on Mantis, so we'll skip. We'll skip until they change. Okay, so here's the switch.
The cosmos heals you. Love battlefield medicine. This time I need healing. I feel better already.
Nothing like too crazy yet. He's obviously got good awareness of a flank going on. I'm not seeing much right-click usage. Ooh, nice shot there. Tanks are doing a good job of soaking up a lot in the front. Good positioning. I think one of the things that I think is important with Adam Warlock is, and that I imagine we're going to see here, is you can't be isolated, right? If you isolate yourself too much, you're just going to get dove. He's so much better in a big group, which is why I think he's probably switched here, right? Because if you look at their comp, they're running a Magneto, Doctor Strange, very like shield wall heroes. So that you want to be grouped together in this big block rather than like doing a lot of flanking. And, you know, you've got the Psylocke to do that for you. Everyone else wants to kind of group together. And I think that's where his heals are really strong.
This time I need healing. I feel better already.
Yeah, staying well back. I mean, he is starting to use the right click a bit. So yeah, classic cocoon in the corner. And then I imagine he's going to pop ult right now. Yeah. Nice. In the corner. Away from everybody. Gets them back up to fighting shape. Man, yeah, his left click does a lot of damage. I mean, the way that I'm seeing it. Sorry, I didn't mean to pause then. Yeah, he's really playing this back and forth, you know? Really careful of his positioning. Which I think you have to do on Adam Warlock, right? You've got no mobility to get out if you get dove on. Looking for an enemy, looking for a snipe on the back line. Oof.
Your legend has come to an end, Star-Lord.
Yeah, I think this is one thing that I need to learn. He is so conservative with that soul bond. And I just spam it. And then I'm like, I don't have it when I need it. The soul bond is a 30-second cooldown. I try to save it for as long as possible. Yeah, exactly. I think this is a really good comp for Adam Warlock, though. Like, having these two massive front lines. I think this will be a much different game if he's against a Venom or something like that. While he's not got any pressure, he's just spamming right click on cooldown. It doesn't have a cooldown, but just spamming the right click. Oof, those heals. He's got his res up again. Still holding on to the soul bond. There it is. What I like about this, sorry, I'm going to skip back a few steps. What I like about this, it's like, instead he's using it as a reaction, right, to the Star-Lord ult. So instead of just using it to like try and heal a lot more, he's using it as a reaction to a big ultimate coming their way. If you watch. Bam, straight away soul bond. He's gonna go back to the corner and do it, or he's gonna do the same thing again, isn't he? He's looking. You see the strange? They know. They know. Yeah, there's not a lot you can do here. You take the L. You take the L. You're like, don't let him fucking res. Yeah, people do that all the time. When you're playing Adam Warlock, as soon as you die, they're like, watch out for him. I had a Spider-Man stalking me. No, Wanda stalking me for ages the other day. Nice sleep. I find this corner really difficult to play. As like a backline healer like this. Still saving the soul bond. Bam. In direct response. I like that usage. It's smart. I need to get a lot better at that. I wonder if he goes for the res here. You're gonna put the res up top here? No, behind. Nice. Because the thing about the res, right? Which I think a lot of people don't look at. Man, they just got fucking rolled. I think the thing about the res is they don't res on full life. Do you know what I mean? They res really low health. So if you put it in a bad spot, it has to be close. If you put it in a bad spot, you're just going to get fucking rolled again. Right? Unless you have both ease up and you can double heal. Or you can soul bond heal and you have your cooldowns available. This is a done round, I think. But they've got the timer right down to the bottom, so not the worst in the world. You can't 1v1 a Magneto, bro. You as much damage as you do as an Adam Warlock, you can't 1v1 a Magneto.
Time to switch things up, including which side you're on.
Yeah, I think that's one. I think you're right. Saying that if you res and they die again, you just give them more ult charge. You're so right, dude. I think that's why I find it a really hard ultimate to use. Because you can place it, but if it's not within range, you have to walk into where they died. Which inevitably, the way these games work is momentum based, right? That's why so often if you get one kill, it can completely swing the momentum. And because you can just push forward off that. So if you're looking to res, if your team go down to a big ult or something, and you got 3 or 4 dead and you're looking to ult, they're obviously going to be pushing forward to where you are. So it's really hard then to get into position to get those reses if you're not there. Or if you are res, they're just going to push into you. So to try and reset everyone and get the right positioning for that, I think is probably the hardest bit of Adam Warlock for sure. Skippy. Okay, there we go. Oh, he just bullied that strange. What the fuck? Bro just absolutely bullied him. I mean, if you get free hitting time, he does a lot of damage. And like, you know, with his cooldowns, you can see what he's doing here, right? He's spamming damage in between the cooldowns. Because it's not like a Lunar Snow or something where you heal with your left click, you know? You've got very cooldown reliant abilities to heal. So in between that, Instead of just standing there waiting, weave in some right clicks, right? Weave in some damage. Straight away. Heals, insta right click.
Do it! Do it, do it, do it!
Vehicle reached the checkpoint. Keep up the
Nice.
momentum. Please me to be helpful.
Adam is super strong when you learn him. Yeah, he is. I think lower ranks, he's going to be pretty fucking useless. I think people are going to really struggle to work with him at low ranks. But I can definitely see a place for him, for sure. This is, I mean, I feel like he's very vulnerable in that right now. While they were pushed up, if someone dives him, he's completely alone. Oh, he was. But they backed off nicely. Ooh. Absolute one shot away from death.
Vehicle reached the checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
I mean, they're fucking rolling, dude. Look at the time. 5.5 minutes on the clock. They're absolutely rolling. I think this is where, like, he's playing back on cart, right? The rest of his team are pushed up like mooses. Does he look for a res here, maybe? Or is he just gonna let it fly? Looks like he's letting it fly. Yeah, just playing it patient, playing it back, wait till everyone else is back. Straight soul bond. I wonder if that was just... This is a hard corner to take as well. Yeah, his team are getting pushed back now. You can see he's still doing it, right? When he's got no cooldowns, weave in that damage. Weave in that right click. Try and pepper them a little bit. Nice soul bond. And I think that was with Mantis ult as well, right? Does he go for it? You can't go for it. Yeah, I love that decision. He already cancels it. He already cancels the cocoon because he goes, look at how far they're pushed up. There's no fucking way that there's no fucking way I'm gonna get a res off here. Would I be wrong in thinking you'd want to pair Adam with someone with a very high healing output? Yes. I mean, you'd want someone like a Luna. You want someone with consistent healing, Cruel, because Adam Warlock gives you massive burst heal, but on cooldown. So in between that, you want to be weaving in consistent lower heals. So someone like, yeah, any of the others, honestly. I think he is the only really cooldown reliant healer. So you could weave in anyone with him, but he definitely can't solo heal. Excuse me. He is a terrible solo healer. Because he's also really susceptible to be dove as well. So they've just been pushed back. Hold on. Bam. Straight away. Straight away. He's waiting for the res. Yeah, you see it. This is unfortunate, though. Does he have enough? No. He clocked it. It was really good, though. It heard the audio cue. Soul bonded straight away. A bit of an awkward positioning on that there, res.
Destiny awaits.
Did I just see that right? Do you insta-res? Even if you cancel your cocoon, no matter what the timer is on it? There's no way that's right, is there? So look at the timer on the cocoon, right? 7, 6, 5. So technically, from here, he should still be in spawn for 5 seconds, no?
Destiny awaits.
Does he insta-res if you cancel the cocoon at any point?
I have found more lost souls. We must and shall save the world. I require some aid.
My understanding of the cocoon was that it's the timer. Yeah. So the timer's the 10-second timer. But he came out of it 5 seconds early, but still insta-res. So I knew that, like, it starts the respawn timer, essentially. So if you let it go to 0, then you do insta-res. But he wasn't at 0 there. He just cancelled it. I wonder if that's the secret little Adam Warlock tech. Maybe someone can let me know. We'll test it out. Because then why wouldn't you just insta-cancel the cocoon? Because you know you're not going to be able to get it off. Good push though. They're still trucking on. This is the hardest bit, this push. Soul bonding because out cooldowns maybe. Uh-oh. Yeah, weaving in those right clicks, you can hear it all the time. Weaving in that damage in between. Because he has a really solid attack animation. Like, arguably one of the best, I think. Oh! Yeah, that's a GG right there. A res just for fun. A cocoon just for fun. Yeah, nice. Nice. This is going to be a long game, chat. Alright, let's see how they do the second push. He shoots from the right side of his body, which seems like opposite for others. No, I will show you that glitch. I don't know if you know this, but all characters are right side loaded. I'll show you what I mean in the firing range after. Like we just watched him do that in the first one, no? He just fucking abused that Doctor Strange, and he did exactly the same when they did this push before, no? Is this the same push? Surely not. Did I rewind accidentally? I did. I rewound accidentally. I was like, hang on a fucking minute. Hang on. Hang on. My bad, guys. My bad. Okay. This is something I feel like people do on this map all the time. Like, if you look right here, they're holding this corner. I feel like people push up way too much on this map, and they get so greedy. And I think this, I always prefer playing this corner. I think this is where you need to make your first stand. If you give me your in-game name, we can definitely have a look at when we get to the tank. Yeah, they're being backed up. His spacing is good, though. Like, you know, you can see his spacing holding behind his tanks and stuff. He's moving back with them rather than, like, putting himself in a bad spot. You can see his spacing is super good. Yeah, they're being a bit rallied here. I think you've got to give it up. One healer down. Yeah, you gotta back this. You gotta back this the fuck up. That is a quick first point. Good cocoon though, straight back in. Are they gonna push back on this? Bro. What a fucking hold. Are you kidding me? What a hold. Like, I'd have read that situation and I'd have gone, that's gone. Like that point is fucking done. Yeah, I'd have called that point bust. That was really nice. I think that was an original pick from the Moon Knight that kind of got that rolling. So 3 minutes, just under 3 minutes on the clock. Yeah, weaving in those left clicks. Weaving in that damage. I think what's interesting is it doesn't look like he's searching for kills a lot of the time. Like, he's not focusing his damage on the backline or the weak people. He's just fucking loading into the tanks, you know, making it more tough for them to stand in the front. Just giving that extra bit, you know, to push him back. Yeah, overwhelming. Overwhelming. Absolutely fucking destroyed. Yeah, that's a GG right there. That was cool. Okay. What do we think, guys? Do we learn? So I think my takeaways from this, for me to learn, is spacing is super important. Like, don't get yourself isolated. I think that was a difficult example because they had a Psylocke, but they had no dive tanks. They didn't have a Thor. They didn't have a Cap. They didn't have a Venom. Excuse me. So he had quite a lot of free reign on the backside, which is probably why he picked Adam Warlock anyway, right? I think it's a much harder game if you've got Black Panther in your face or Wolverine in your face or something. So I don't think there was any like insane tech that we saw from the top 500 player. I think my main standouts are use soul bond sparingly and like it's so important to get that timing right of when you use it, right? So yeah, his left click is pretty insane. It does a pretty absurd amount of damage. So I definitely want to be weaving in that damage between healing. I think the res is really tough to pull off. Just because of what we talked about before, right? So I'm going to have to be careful about that positioning for sure.